Welcome to Epic Fables, the channel that brings you inspiring stories and life lessons from history's greatest figures. Today, we'll be discussing the famous quote by Thomas Edison, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." This quote embodies Edison's determination, resilience, and positive attitude towards failure. We'll delve into what this quote really means and how you can apply its lessons to your own life. So sit back, relax, and let's get started. Imagine a young boy named Tommy, growing up in a small town in Ohio. From a very young age, he was fascinated with science and technology. He would spend hours tinkering with machines, taking them apart and putting them back together again. His parents, however, were worried that his love for science would distract him from his studies. They wanted him to focus on his schoolwork and become a lawyer, like his father. Despite his parents' wishes, Tommy continued to pursue his passion for science. He spent every spare moment in his makeshift laboratory, experimenting with chemicals and electricity. He dreamed of inventing something that would change the world. One day, he stumbled upon an idea for a new invention, the light bulb. He worked tirelessly on his invention, trying every combination of materials and filaments he could think of. He spent countless hours in his lab, with little success. Each time he tried a new approach, he would fail. His filaments would burn out, or his prototypes would shatter. He tried over 10,000 different ways to make the light bulb work, but each time, he failed. Finally, after years of trial and error, he found the right combination of materials and filaments. He had finally invented the light bulb. When asked how it felt to fail so many times, he replied, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." Let's take a closer look at Thomas Edison's famous quote, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." This quote has several important lessons that we can apply to our own lives. Firstly, Edison's quote reminds us that failure is not a negative thing. Instead, it's a necessary part of the learning process. When you fail, you learn what doesn't work, which brings you one step closer to finding what does. So, don't be afraid of failure, embrace it as an opportunity to learn and grow. Secondly, Edison's quote emphasizes the importance of persistence. When you encounter failure, it can be tempting to give up and move on to something else. But Edison kept trying even after he failed 10,000 times. He knew that success often requires repeated attempts, and that persistence pays off in the end. Thirdly, Edison's quote highlights the importance of maintaining a positive attitude in the face of failure. When he said, "I have not failed," he was reframing his experience to focus on what he had learned rather than on what he had not achieved. Maintaining a positive attitude can help you stay motivated and focused even when things don't go as planned. Fourthly, Edison's quote encourages us to learn from failure. One of the most important things you can do when you encounter failure is to reflect on what went wrong, and use that information to improve your approach in the future. Every failure is an opportunity to learn and grow. Finally, Edison's quote reminds us that failure is an integral part of success. Every successful person has encountered failure at some point in their journey. What sets successful people apart is their willingness to keep trying and their ability to learn from failure. By embracing failure, staying persistent, maintaining a positive attitude, learning from failure, and recognizing that failure is a part of success, you can overcome obstacles and achieve your goals. Embrace failure. Instead of seeing failure as a negative thing, embrace it as a necessary part of the learning process. Whenever you encounter failure, take time to reflect on what you can learn from it. Stay persistent. Persistence is key to success. When you encounter failure, don't give up. Keep trying, and remember that success often requires repeated attempts. Maintain a positive attitude. A positive attitude can help you stay motivated and focused even when things don't go as planned. Instead of focusing on what you haven't achieved, reframe your experience to focus on what you have learned. Learn from failure. Every failure is an opportunity to learn and grow. Take time to reflect on what went wrong, and use that information to improve your approach in the future. Recognize that failure is a part of success. Successful people encounter failure at some point in their journey. What sets them apart is their willingness to keep trying and their ability to learn from failure. Remember that failure is an integral part of success. Seek feedback from others. It's often difficult to identify your own blind spots, so seek feedback from others. Ask for constructive criticism, and use that feedback to improve your approach. Be patient. Success takes time, so be patient with yourself. Don't expect to achieve success overnight, but instead focus on making progress each day. By implementing these actionable items, you can apply the lessons from Thomas Edison's quote to your own life. Embrace failure, Stay persistent, maintain a positive attitude, learn from failure, recognize that failure is a part of success, seek feedback from others, and be patient. With these steps, you can overcome obstacles and achieve your goals. As we come to the end of this video, let's take a moment to reflect on the lessons we've learned from Thomas Edison's famous quote, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." We've seen how failure can be a positive thing, and how persistence, a positive attitude, and a willingness to learn from failure are all essential to success. By implementing the actionable items we've discussed, you can apply these lessons to your own life and overcome obstacles on your journey to achieving your goals. Remember, success takes time, and there will be setbacks along the way. But with a willingness to learn from failure, a persistence to keep trying, and a positive attitude, you can achieve great things. Thank you for joining us today on Epic Fables. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button and subscribe to our channel for more inspiring content. And as always, stay curious, stay adventurous, and keep chasing your dreams.